Hey guys, this is PrimEval. Welcome back to part 20 of my huge Earth True Start location game as the Celts on Deity. Let's see, we've just met Indonesia. Let's swap embassies with them.
Babarlo. Umum.
And are we going to be meeting Japan as well? Now, Taming of Spyro asks what speed I'm playing on. We're playing on standard speed. And the turn transitions are going to be quite long here. We've discovered Krakatoa. Montezuma wants open borders. I don't need open borders from him. I don't really need the gold per turn. He's pretty far away, so I'm not too worried about the cultural influence spread. Let's see if he'll pay us 3 gold per turn for that. Alright, 2 gold per turn it is. And we did promise the Aztecs we would go to war with the Shoshone, so we should probably denounce them very soon. Now, is work on my Circus Maximus going to stop? I believe so. I mistakenly annexed Amsterdam a little too soon. Part of the reason that I annexed Amsterdam was because I'm planning to buy a unit, or even build a unit out of Amsterdam and we can pillage France's trade routes. Got at least one good one going here. Meanwhile, Austria is still neutral with us. Hopefully they'll stay that way. They, at the moment, seem to be the main threat. And we're going to have to move this frigate out. It's taking city bombards from Paris, which isn't healthy. We can move this guy to Amsterdam to heal. Swap embassies with China, sure. And Sudan has declared war on Napoleon. Sudan's a new ally. We have captured this city from the Netherlands, so we could build out a sea beggar. The sea beggar is strictly better than the privateer, but I think we're pretty much done with our need for privateers for the moment. Morning. Now, turn's still rolling. That's fine. I haven't fed the cat yet if you want to. She doesn't look terribly hungry. Okay. Also, we're playing with the mod that lets us build units from captured foreign cities. So that was the whole question about what the Netherlands' unique unit is. But what I don't know is whether or not you can buy unique units as well, or do you have to build them? So, yes, you can rush buy the unique unit. That's really cool. Not that I want to rush buy the unique unit, but I could. Alright, so our spies have relocated to the new capitals, establishing surveillance in 3 turns. And this guy needs to find somewhere safe to heal up. We will pull over to Amsterdam for that. Michel Deb, or Debi, says that we've got the best naval units in the game. In theory, yes, we do have the best Renaissance era unique units. We've got the Ship of the Line and the Sea Beggar, although I haven't built out any Sea Beggars. Okay, so who do we want to shoot down here? I guess We'll take down any units that are close to Amsterdam, so starting with these guys. And actually, since a lot of them have range, we could actually capture Paris here. It's only got 43 strength. So let's clean up a lot of these units, and then we'll go and think about capturing Paris. Okay, the privateers can guard the crab. You'll just go not delete, not alert. That's what I want. Now here, let's see if Elizabeth has launched any new cargo routes. It doesn't look like she has. Maybe she's given up on that. Alright, let's see. Has Elizabeth settled any other cities? She hasn't, so she only has Canterbury. And it looks like she chose just to stop sending cargo ships. Or maybe we just can't see the routes themselves at the moment. Alright, so do I want to explore more of Brazil's land? I do, because if they declare war on me, they're currently hostile and they've denounced us. I would like to get back at them and pillage some of their routes, so let's try to keep an eye out for some of those. And the ship of line can heal there, that'll be fine. This frigate can park on top of those crab, fortify there. And that's the turn. We will want to switch the Circus Maximus back in after Amsterdam finishes here. 3 turns until we'll be able to buy our public tools. Siam has adopted freedom. Now I think we do have, we have spare crabs. Is there anyone who I could do a luxury swap with for the crab? Lots of people are interested in the crab, but no one has a luxury that they would trade me for that. Let's... Okay, well maybe, actually, that Attila is neutral to us right now, so he might go for that. I think the Shoshone, they want our silver. We might do a swap. Unfortunately, no one has anything that our capital or large cities want for the We Love the King Day. Alright, so it looks like our best bet is to see if Attila is now interested in doing a swap. Luxuries, crab, and salt. Alright, he's still pretty mad at us. Let's see if we can get a declaration of friendship with Montezuma, but he doesn't eat our crabs, so that doesn't help. Perhaps if we sold our crab to Austria, that would go a bit of the way towards friendship, getting from neutral to at least friendly. Now, the coal here would be good, but I guess we can hang on to this for now. Let's say, if she's willing to pay me 7 gold per turn. Alright, so no one is interested in paying us fair value for the crab. We might want to just save our crab to trade that for coal once we hit industrialization. Alright, and 123 Hank, you can see the list of all the mods that I'm using, and even find the link to the save in the description to the first part of this series on my YouTube channel. Not Your Average Doorstop has been kind enough to link that in the chat for you. And now Indonesia is denouncing us. Very well. We still haven't met Japan. Japan is the last civilization we need to meet. Alright, and we do need to do the Shoshone denouncement. I don't want to forget about that. Swap embassies with Genghis Khan, that's fine. France does not have any wonders, so we'd be capturing them strictly for, for the wine. We already have truffles, but we could sell truffles, and if we got Orleans as well for the tea. Basically, it'd just be a large city. They probably already have universities and public schools, so it would just help our science. Now, each city you capture increases the cost of the next tech by a certain percentage. On a standard map, it's by 5%, and as the map size increases, the tech penalty decreases. So I think on this massive, huge Earth map, the tech penalty per city is only 2%. So if we, as long as we're capturing large cities that already have all of their education science infrastructure, that should help us along in terms of the science victory. One, two, three, Hank. If you should be able to swipe left on mobile if you're using Android, and that'll bring up the details, my description section. I don't know if it'll bring up the link though. Just remember to search for my name on Google or your favorite search engine, and it should bring up my YouTube channel. Alright, so back to the game. Austria. What's going on with Austria here? We do have open borders, and I guess they're positioning to get a better angle on Hamburg here. Massive Effects wants to see Egypt's capital. They believe they have 9 luxuries. Alright, so they've got a lot of sugar along the Nile here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the one cotton. If we had a little more intel, they might have even more luxuries. They've got tobacco and gold. Well, they don't have tobacco and gold. Alexander does. Alright, so from here, we'll knock down the crossbow. We don't have an angle on that, so we'll hit the city. And it looks like we're out of things to shoot. I guess we'll shoot those embarked French units. And we got ourselves a great admiral, that's great. They are very handy to have for naval combat, particularly for the fleet repair. Okay, the forests are blocking vision on this guy. I guess we can just hang out there for now. And let's bring the ship of the line in with the rest of the fleet. Great Admiral can port change to London. Fortify here. And let's see. Okay, there. Elizabeth is sending her routes to the north. She's also being harassed by barbarians. Oh, she's not having a good time. She hasn't been able to repair her Snow Hill mine. Poor England. And we were such good friends at the beginning of the game too. Alright, let's see if we can find some more of Brazil's trade routes. Cortex. I haven't had the time to play any multiplayer Civ recently, but I used to play a fair amount of multiplayer Civ. That was probably 2 years ago. When I first started my YouTube channel, it was for multiplayer Civ, and that was back in the Gods and Kings era. Now, someday when I do have more time, I would like to... Elizabeth wants a peace treaty. I don't think so. She's a source of free gold. I would like to play some more multiplayer, Civ 5 multiplayer. It's just it's hard to find an 8-hour chunk of contiguous time that I can dedicate to a game. That's why we're sticking with single player for now. I am really eager to try out Fruit Strike's mod for multiplayer that rejigs a lot of the features that were in Civ that were generally really weak for multiplayer and could potentially make the game much more interesting. I think people have been playing with that. I haven't had a chance to watch any of those videos, but I am very eager to try out the multiplayer mod myself. Oh, denounced by Indonesia. Reformation belief, Polynesia denounced. No Echelon T, I have not been up all night. We had a evening stream for Offworld, and we're doing our morning stream for Civ 5. Okay, we've got a musketeer wandering around. This crossman wants to get into range to deal some damage to the ships, but we're just beating up all of those units. And Massive Effects is interested in playing the multiplayer mod with me as well. We could definitely do a moderator's PrimEvalCIV Twitch moderator multiplayer game with the new multiplayer mod. That actually sounds really good to me, or maybe like a subscriber game, so long as you guys have good connections. The last subscriber game I did was probably a year ago, and that ended up, I mean, I guess it was okay, but it was a little frustrating for me because the subscribers weren't regular multiplayer players, and that meant that their connections or PC setups weren't ideal for Civ 5 multiplayer, and the turn times and lag ended up being fairly bad. But of course, since you guys were subscribers, I didn't want to scrap the game or anything like that. But it ended up just taking a lot of time with a lot of frustrating waiting. Which, I mean, I'm obviously fairly patient since I'm playing on this huge Earth map, but for multiplayer it wasn't ideal. But the other side of that is I'm really out of practice for Civ, especially for multiplayer. So if I had a gentle reintroduction to the whole multiplayer scene with my subscribers or mods, that might be the better way to go about it. Alright, this guy doesn't have range, so we'll use him to take out my crossbowman. And then we'll take out this guy here. Let's park... Actually, let's crew change over to Dublin in case someone attacks us from us and surprises us there. But do I want to bring in more of these ships? Do any of them have range? Let's bring this frigate in to help with France, and then we'll move the ship of the line over to protect this crab. fortify there, and check this crab, fortify there. Okay, we'll keep hanging out over here, maybe wander over this way, see if we can... this is where Elizabeth has been sending all of her cargo ships. We'll just chase that down. And wander over this way, and over here. And another huge advantage of playing with subscribers or my moderators is we could break that multiplayer game into multiple sessions. So we could try that too. Actually, yeah, maybe after we finish this huge Earth map game, we can do a multi-session morning multiplayer game with subscribers, the first dibs being for my wonderful moderators. Alright, so that looks like the turn. Do we need to get the Shoshone denouncement? I think we still have a couple turns on that, but we should definitely try to remember to do that soon. Next turn, scientific theory, so that'll be a big turn, and it'll probably be the last turn for the episode. Okay, Kurtex asks if I caught Baba Yetu's 30-hour-ish multiplayer Civ stream. 30-hour marathons, I think I'm a little too old for that. Although I do know Baba Yetu, or at least I've played some games with him, I've been on TeamSpeak with him. He's a cool guy, also a Canadian, incidentally, if I recall correctly. And I'm really happy to see that so many people are playing multiplayer Civ these days. The multiplayer Civ community was definitely a little smaller when I first started with it. I guess in 2012 or 2013. And now it seems like you can watch a streamed game of multiplayer Civ every day of the week. Maybe not every hour, but almost any time you want you can catch a multiplayer Civ game, which is pretty amazing. The whole reason I started recording and doing YouTube is because there was a massive lull in Civ multiplayer content and Civ content in general, and so that's what got me into this whole recording and talking as I play business, which I quite enjoy and glad that I did start doing. Montezuma's declared war on Washington. China has adopted freedom. Well, that's interesting. Montezuma has declared war on Washington. Okay, this I'm really happy to see. I want North America to burst into a very long conflict so that they can't spend they can't concentrate as much on science, which means we'll get on the Shoshone denouncement. I do want to check what their diplomatic status with us is before I jump on that. They're neutral, so I would feel kind of bad. They are a potential trading partner, but they don't have anything that would actually make us happy here. Okay, so we finished the zoo. We should be able to build Circus Maximus again since we did finish out the Colosseum in Amsterdam. Edinburgh, I do want Edinburgh growing. We might need to turn some of our trade routes inward, or at least force our people to work food slots. And let's have a look. We got some works of great writing from conquering England. And if we do a swap here, we could get the theming bonus off of that. Let's see. Swap great works. We want works from different eras and different civilizations. So medieval, to medieval English works of writing. Is there a work of writing that is not medieval? So there's a Renaissance Aztec. That's exactly what we want then. So we'll swap out, let's see, a French title, which I can't translate at the moment, for, let's see, where was that? Renaissance writing right here. For The Time Machine by H.G. Wells. Awesome. So we'll do that swap. And how am I doing there? So we're getting a little more culture and tourism. The tourism's not really relevant. The culture is very welcome. And if only I could spawn my own great work of writing. Unfortunately, they've all been taken. Alright, let's see. We'll keep on looking around for potential routes that we could pillage should Brazil decide to declare war on us. This is where they're getting all of their crab from. We've just hit Antarctica for the first time. And yeah, we're going to deal our damage here, but let's see what our spies have to say. Austria is plotting against Rome. That's good. I'd rather they plot against Rome than against us. And Pedro is planning a sneak attack on someone. Alright, let's see what our textile times are. Ooh, 49 and 117. We would have been better off sticking with Arabia, even though that was like a 20 turn. Or was it? It was pretty bad, but certainly better than what we've got going on here. Let's drop into, I guess our most senior spy can drop into Arabia again. And then maybe drop into, let's have a look at tech. One of Brazil's other cities, perhaps. Beautiful Horizon. Let's do that. Okay, these guys will take down this musketeer, and then we'll start knocking down Paris. And we should be safe to take some damage from Paris here, I think. Do I want to risk it? It would be some more experience. Alright, let's risk this. They do have a cannon and a city bombard, but that may have been a mistake. And if we are serious about making this happen, well, we'll leave this guy here. And we are hunting down English cargo ships. Agent Croquet. Oh, I'm playing a single-player DD game. That's just Echelon 2 trolling. This is not multiplayer. Although I do plan on playing multiplayer sometime in the future, and I have played a good deal of No Quitters multiplayer in the past. Okay, we can leave these guys here. Discovered scientific theory, okay. So let's buy those public schools. 920, did we manage to pillage that English trade route? We may have. Alright, Amsterdam would be a good place to buy the public school as well. The main worry though is that somehow Amsterdam gets taken from us. Let's, I want to grow Edinburgh, so we're not going to work those slots. We really need more food here. Let's slide in the watermill next. And we could buy the sheep tile. That would be fine. How much is that going to cost to me? 80. Alright, we'll buy the sheep tile. Although that's just as good as these hills. Alright, fine. We won't worry about getting Circus Maximus out as quickly as possible. We could also do food focus instead of microing all the tiles, just because I'm a little lazy right now. Set those tiles. And I suppose that's fine. Growth in 16 is not the greatest. We need to start sending food to the capital Alright, so would I like a public school in Amsterdam or in Dublin? Let's see who's making us more science at the moment. So the public school gives science per citizen. Let's just buy that in Amsterdam then. So we'll purchase a public school here, and then in a few turns we'll purchase a public school over in Dublin. And then if we can sell or get a few more pillages off, we'll have the next public school that much sooner. Until I grow Edinburgh a little more, I'm not going to work those slots. In fact, now that we have public schools, let's delay this and try to get the citizen even sooner. So that cuts back on our science ever so slightly. And this will be the last turn for the week, and then we'll be back to our weekday morning streams come Monday. We've got a fleet here ready to take Paris. We've cleared out most of the units, so taking Paris is looking very viable right now. After Amsterdam finishes that courthouse, or we have all of our public schools out, we can start building out a unit there for the actual capture. It's going to take a while to wear Paris down anyways, at least 3 turns. So, that being said, I guess I do need to purchase a unit in Amsterdam. Unfortunately, I don't have any horses. Maybe we could trade our crab with the Aztecs or the horses. In any case, we'll need to denounce the Shoshone before we forget. That'll be the last thing we do before we end off today's stream. So it looks like a lot of denouncements have gone through this turn. The Zulu in particular are bearing the brunt of a lot of that negative international attention. Agent Croquet, if you want to see what mods I'm using, you can head over to my YouTube channel. The first episode in this series lists all the mods that I'm using. And there's Echelon T providing the link. Thanks. Alright, so the World Congress is founded, meaning we just met Japan. Let's swap embassies with them. I think on this map, Japan spawns right next to Mount Fuji. So getting the embassy there is going to get us a happiness from discovering the wonder. Okay, and yes, we did just discover Mount Fuji. Now, Mount Fuji does provide faith. I'm really surprised that Japan was unable to found a religion, and they are really close to Korea, as you would expect. Edinburgh's borders have grown, and Korea stole acoustics from us. Really, the AIs are stealing technology from us. Okay, so this guy can grab range promotion, that's cool. And this ship will go hide in London to heal up. Alright, so we'll keep on attacking. Well, I guess we can attack the units if I wanted a worker, I could... Okay, fine. Let's buy a unit in Amsterdam. We can start pillaging some of these trade routes. Let's see, what's the cheapest land unit for me here? The knight would probably be best. That's going to be 460. We can also purchase units with faith, and that's because... wait, why is that? I think it's our one of our piety social policies is letting us use abilities from the second major religion. No, that's just Pantheon beliefs. This might be part of the mod that lets me build out unique units from captured cities as well. In any case, I would like a knight. I don't want to delay my public schools, and production-wise it's going to take a long time to build anything else out. We could use our faith. I don't think we're going to get very many great scientist buys off with faith, so maybe I want to buy a unit with faith here. I don't know, maybe we'll put that question to YouTube and to the chat as to whether or not I should spend down my gold, which will delay my purchase of public schools, to get a unit that will potentially pay for itself if I can get 2 pillages off on caravans. We would get a worker, not that the worker has anything to do, and be able to capture Paris. I'll go deal damage to that musketeer. And that's pretty much that. I did say that I was going to denounce the Shoshone this turn, and we are still looking for English trade routes. Now let's head back to Nottingham and see what we can find in that direction. Alright, so do we want to sail around South America and check the west side of the continent, or do I want to bring my frigate back? I think we're far enough away that this is going to be our dedicated exploration frigate. Let's explore the southern pole. And this cargo ship, we can go for gold. Highest gold is 22. I think I'd rather have the food then. So we can go, and where would the safest food route be? I guess from London. Does London have a granary? London does not have a granary. So I guess from Dublin then. If we went toward the Netherlands, they wouldn't be too happy with that. We could send it from Amsterdam and just hope we never lose Amsterdam. Does Amsterdam have a granary? It does not. Okay. Well, let's look at these food route options. Routes available, food. Iceland to London, or I guess Edinburgh. Dublin. Dublin has a granary, right? It was captured a few times. It does have a granary though. Okay, we'll do a trade route from Dublin to Edinburgh for food. So change home city to Dublin. Meanwhile, we're healed up here. Is there anyone we can shoot? Let's sail around to here. Shoot this crossbow. Wait. Okay, so that's a Byzantine crossbow, not a French crossbow. Alright, well we can sail back to Amsterdam then. And that's the end of today's episode, except for our denouncement of the Shoshone. Okay, and so that should ingratiate us to the Aztecs, and then when we declare war on the Shoshone, it won't be as unexpected. This great admiral can park over here, fortify. And that's it for episode 20. Thank you all for joining me on the live stream, and thank everyone, each of you, for enjoying the episodes on YouTube as well. I will just let the turn play out so we can watch what happens with the diplomatic situation. But here we are at turn 206. The game hasn't crashed yet, despite playing with 43 civs. Japan is denouncing us. Okay, very well. Austria has denounced the Netherlands. Austria is attacking the Netherlands. And has Germany been eliminated from the game? It looks like that's the way it's going to be. Let's see. Yeah, I think Germany might be completely eliminated here. Oahu is denouncing us. This is probably all stemming from our denouncement of the Shoshone. Lots of denouncements being flung around the world now. Okay, maybe Germany is still in the game because people are still denouncing Germany. And if the world is turning against the Netherlands, we can always denounce them and go to war only to pillage their trade route. I don't think that since all of our military is in frigates, we're not going to be able to capture Rotterdam. But we can definitely profit from pillaging their trade routes. Alright, so that's it for today's stream. Thank you all again, enjoy your days, and goodbye.